Today we are back with our Studying the Pro series, where we break down gameplay from some of the best Warzone players out there. Now today we're breaking down a 43 kill game here from Dongy, who, if you don't know who Dongy is currently the #1 ranked player on Rebirth Island, but more importantly, #2. Last week there was a timed kill race tournament on Rebirth, where essentially the goal was just to get as many kills as possible within a certain amount of time, and Dongy, out of the whole entire tournament, finished with the most amount of eliminations. So this is a 43 kill game that was actually during that tournament. Now throughout this, guys, we're going to be focusing on three main things, three things that I want you to take away from today's gameplay breakdown. First and foremost, guys, we see his execution immediately. Just shoots absolute nukes. He uses movement to take less damage, which allows him to win gunfights. But the second thing is the most important, and I want you to hear me out on this one. If you are subscribed, which, by the way, if you're not subscribed, my whole goal is just to help you become a better player, ultimately get more kills and play more consistent. But if you are subscribed, we've talked a lot lately about always working towards our next fight, and that's how he pieces together 43 here. You're going to see it. He's going to re-knock there with one bullet. He's going to get the thirst. He's going to get the thirst. One guy down below him here, so he's going to start to work his way towards that next enemy. He's going to check it, and when he's not here, okay, now we can start to focus on this early game a little bit. This 43 kill game doesn't really get that crazy until the end game. Other than that, it's just always working towards his next fight. Right here, good hip fire. Obviously, we talk about that execution. Look at the hip fire, guys, with the bow in close quarters. Always hip fire in this situation. You can be so accurate, even though it's an AR. This is an AR. This isn't a hip fire build right here. You can be extremely accurate. He gets the break, and he's going to go ahead and easily get that kill, putting him at 5. And by the way, when we talk about pacing, look at the lobby here. It's not like we have a super healthy lobby. They're playing quads here. There's 10 teams and 25 other players. This isn't a full lobby, and he still drops 43. Now, the third thing that we're going to really focus on throughout this, guys, is his anticipation and centering. Biggest thing with that, and we've talked about this a lot recently, is just slide canceling around corners, making sure you have those crosshairs out. Now, getting into this, guys, by the way, notice another team died here. We're already down to 9 teams left here and only 23 enemies. So again, not a crazy lobby. He's going to go at a hit biometric scanner. It's not my favorite move for me personally, and what I would recommend for you is save this in case you need to regain. But in this case, he needed to get that momentum going early. So he's going to grab his key card, which is a gold key card that allows him to get perks. He's going to go ahead and buy his SMG as well. Now, I get this question a lot. A lot of you guys know this right here. How do you skip the animation when the gun cocks? You just tap YY. So here's a guy to his right side. Notice how he skips the animation here, which allows him to shoot immediately. Once again, what do we notice? That hip fire and a little bit of movement, right? Sometimes you got to move first and shoot second. I think a lot of you guys just try to shoot this guy here and you end up in a bad spot. Dongy's going to slide through. Obviously, this guy's shooting to his right side. That allows him to give himself the window there to easily get that down in third. Now, he is going to kind of loot up a little bit here to try to get a little bit more momentum, try to get that AR, at which point he's in a great spot momentum-wise. Also, just want to highlight this. I might be doing a video soon here on my second channel, which is my loadout channel, guys. That's in the pinned comment, about smokes and thermites. I have forever run stims and throwing knives, but a lot of these top players are going to smokes and thermites. So we're going to be testing that out just to see kind of which one we like better. He's going to go ahead and buy his primary. Now, what do we do right here, okay? I want you to think about this moment. Look at the situation here, and I'm going to give you a second to think through this because a lot of you do not do this, but you can learn from it. We have everything loadout-wise, right? We have our perks. We've got both of our guns here because he just bought his primary. We got good ammo. We have lethal. We have tactical. We have plates. We're in a great spot. What do you do from here? What is your play? Okay. And by the way, how much cast did you have? Not enough for a portable radar or a UAV. What do you do from here to figure out where people are? Maybe you rotate into prison, right? And you just push prison. Not a bad answer there to play to just get into the hot area. But watch what he does. First things first, high ground, okay? So he's checking to see if anybody's, maybe over this direction here that he can see, maybe over this direction. He's going to kind of quickly check just over this direction, see if he sees any movement. He doesn't. So now what does he do? And by the way, notice we're down to 8 teams already. We're already down to 8 teams, so we got to figure out how to find people. He's going to go from high ground to even more high ground, right, with the redeploy balloon, which allows him to rotate quickly and safely, right? Allows him to quickly get into the mix right here, and then he's going to figure out where enemies are. Checking around, he's going to go ahead and challenge this guy in this little shack right here. Now, I know what a lot of you guys are thinking. How did he even see that guy? Well, first and foremost, remember that I downloaded this from Twitch and he's playing in 1440. But because he rotated high ground here and he's flying, you can actually kind of see this door open right here. See the door right here? Watch if you can see it open here. See how you see that guy right there over to his right side? So if we rotate top prison, if we just push top prison and rotate this way, we probably don't see that guy. But because he flew across to the redeploy balloon and he rotated that way, he easily gets that information. Now we're immediately working our way towards our next fight. As soon as he's plated, he's good to go, right? So we check minimap here. Eyes go to minimap. You can see him right here going top left. We obviously see 3 pings over near Grandma's. He's going to reload. He's going to start plating. He's not going to worry about looting. He ran over the stuff. He got what he needed. As soon as he finishes plating, boom, he jumps up, and now we're in a great spot to challenge this guy. Kill number 1. Kill number 2. Smoke goes down from that guy having shrouded. He's going to push up. He's going to get the thirst inside. Last guy's over back behind him. He's going to leave that enemy alive to keep the lobby healthy, right? This is a kill race, so they need to not wipe any more teams because there's only 8 teams left. Now, he saw a parachute over that direction. He sees this guy up top. So what's he going to do? He gets the live ping. How? Because of Combat Scout. He runs a really interesting perk package. It's not one that I've seen before. I personally am team double time high alert, or I'm team double time sleight of hand quick fix high alert. He's got sleight of hand mountaineer quick fix combat scout. Now right here, because he just works into the action, right? Because he just pushes across here and challenges these guys at control, what ends up happening, he's going to see this guy to his left side right there, challenges this enemy, gets the knock, he's going to go to push through. Enemies challenging right behind him here, and he's able to easily get 2 kills. So this is where a lot of times we start to get that information by just being in the action. Now he's going to go ahead. He's going to clear rooftop here real quick. Now when the rooftop isn't clear, he's going to go ahead and take out this guy. He's still checking rooftop. Still checking rooftop. Sees this guy right here. Gets the kill. Look at this guy down below. Now, we don't have levels here. Why do we not have levels? Because of the comms vest. Comms vest is one of the worst things that you can possibly ever pick up in Rebirth Island because you don't get levels. But watch how he clears this. This is where we talk about centering and anticipation. Right? Centering. Checking it. Crosshairs are out. Crosshairs are out. Crosshairs are out. Crosshairs are out. Slide cancel. Crosshairs are out. So he's just basically clearing this building, guys. When we talk about clearing buildings, it's all just process of elimination. Is he here? No. Is he here? No. Is he here? Yes. We shoot. We get the kill. Now let's see what he can find from this point. Already at 14 kills here going into second circle. This guy's flying in. Obviously, he knows he has enemies around, so he's just going to keep working. Why does he throw that thermite right here? Why does he throw the thermite, okay? I want you to think about this for a second. What does that thermite do? He's not throwing that to do damage, okay? He's throwing that so this dude cannot push to the right and push out, right? He's forcing this enemy inside to here, at which point he's going to slide through and be able to easily get that kill, especially because this guy doesn't have plates. Boom, dead, right? Pretty easy kill at that point. He sees the enemies over to his right side here on loadout, sees this guy flying in. Obviously, the execution's another level, but he's immediately going to go ahead and work towards this team that's over this direction. And you can see, it's always just that next fight. He's got everything he needs. He has a muni box if he desperately needs it. He's got plenty of ammo. He's got plates. Like, he doesn't need to worry too much about looting here. He's in a pretty good spot. Zip right here. Just a little bit of jump strafe right there to take less damage. Gets this kill out of the sky. And he's up to 18 already. By the way, look at this, guys. He's got 23 more kills that he's going to get. And there's only 5 teams left here, right? So he's just going to constantly have to figure out where the action is. He's going to constantly have to figure out where his next fight is. When you have 9 teams, it's a little bit easier. When you have 10 teams, it's a little bit easier. He's going to have to really work hard here to figure out where the next team is. Back to Zip. Now, where do we go? We're just going to push the hot area here. Try to see what we can find at this point. Because we don't know where anybody is. Right? We don't really know where anybody is at the moment. We don't have any shooting around us. He's going to see this guy flying in. And, I mean, guys, he's just tracking so well here. That's just another level of tracking. By the way, notice we're down to 4 teams right here. This guy, downed out of the sky. What does the down give us? More information. This is where, guys, when we talk about approaching fights, okay? I want you to listen to this because a lot of you struggle with this. when we talk about approaching fights, the patience on the approach and getting that first kill allows us to get information, at which point we can figure out what our next move is. He killed the guy out of the sky, which told him that there's one guy on boat and one guy that's downed over this direction. So now we can get that thirst there, figure out where the next enemies are. By the way, notice these recon flyovers. There's two back behind him this way, so he's going to start to work that direction before saying, hey, let's go back and focus on this team over here that's still flying in.
I just hit the loading top.
Nothing, no information thus far. Besides that, maybe one guy's over here. Remember the guy that was on boat. So big part of like working towards your next fight is remembering information here. Now, he's able to get that knock, right? That knock gives him information. Two guys to his left side here. Just going to play a little bit patient. Downed. Thirsted takes a little bit of damage there, but still plenty of health left here, and he's going to work his way towards his next fight. Now, the second half of this gameplay, guys, really gets crazy because, like I said, we still have 21 kills here, especially towards this end game where they got to figure out how to clutch. But this is where I told you it doesn't feel like the crazy 40-kill game, right? He's just kind of piecing together kills at this point, piecing together a little bit of information. It's not like he's pushing into 4 rooms of 4 and 1v4ing teams with a crazy movement. He's just kind of taking what's given to him. He's going to clear down below here. Now, watch what he does. Notice he jumps up top. Again, remember with this comms vest here, we don't get levels. So watch how he clears this, okay? First things first. By the way, he can't, there's nowhere down below. Remember, if you go through here, guys, right? We go through this door. There's a wall right here. So they can't be on the other side of this wall. So first things first, guys, they're not down below, which means they could be on this floor. They could be on this floor. They could be on rooftop, okay? Watch how he clears this. He's going to jump up to the second floor, but what does he do first? Clear this bottom floor. Okay, so now we know based on information that they're not down below, they're not on this floor, which means they're either here or they're here, okay? So let's go ahead and keep clearing it. Now we're going to push through. Are they here? Do we see anything this way? No, which means they've got to be on roof. That's process of elimination right there. Okay, so now we can confidently push up here knowing that these guys are on the rooftop. Down thirsted, he's going to use the smoke to give himself a little bit of cover so that he can easily go challenge. By the way, notice he doesn't ADS this at all. He doesn't even think about ADSing. Why? Because he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to, right? He doesn't ADS that guy on the downer thirst. He doesn't ADS this guy on the downer thirst. That's where with these SMG guys, you could just commit to the hip fire. You could just commit to the hip fire. Enemies down below that way. He still has this team up top with him, so he's going to work his way towards that fight. Yes, you've got to be able to fry this guy with the head glitch. He's going to throw the smoke. Why? Give himself some cover so that he can work up here, get the thirst, challenge to the left side. Just got to be careful here. He cleared that, by the way, that rooftop with him, so he knew this guy was flying in here. Now, what does he do? Just works his way over here, right? He's got the UAV up. He's got a bunch of people down below him. Good shots right there. Yes, execution, guys, is crucial in these moments because if these guys get away, your fights become a whole lot tougher. One guy up top. This is where it does get a little bit crazy, just a little bit. He's going to get the live ping. Down, thirsted. One guy to his right side, one guy to his left side. He's just going to go take the easy fight on the left side. By the way, look at where this guy is. Oh my gosh. I, for a while, did not realize how he knew where this enemy was. Look at him, right? He's not in the building, okay? The edge of the building is right here. Okay, so a lot of you guys are going to be like, watch what he does here. If I did not point out that information, you'd say this is sus. 100%. 100% if I did not point out this minimap here, you would have looked at that and been like, okay, that guy's in industry over here. He's going to push over. He's going to challenge around the corner. But what we actually just saw is this guy wasn't in industry, which is why he checked to this right side here to begin with. That's a really weird spot to be. And now he's going to work his way right back up. By the way, 2 enemies still alive. Notice he's at 29. Like, when we look at this, guys, I don't feel like he's done anything crazy besides his execution, right? Which, as always, at the end of the videos, I always leave the video on how to practice if you have 1 to 5 hours. How do you practice if you have 1 hour? How do you practice if you have 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours a day? But he hasn't done anything that crazy. It's just getting himself into gunfights and obviously executing really, really well. One guy to his right side, a bunch of people down below here at Harbor. So we're going to see what we can find. Hit shots right there. thirsted, and now he immediately works his way towards this next team. Notice the redeploy balloon, right? Buys the redeploy balloon so that he can rotate quickly, rotate safely, immediately challenge this team right here. Execution, down, thirsted, 1v2. Let's go ahead and push in here. He knows that there's 2 guys, right? Challenge around the corner here. Little bit of hip fire, doesn't even worry about the thirst, or doesn't even worry about ADSing. Last guy's inside, working his way towards his next fight. Really awkward fight right here, but he's going to be able to get that wipe. And by the way, we're down to 3 teams. Specialist, boom. Let's keep it moving. 1 guy straight ahead. How? Advanced UAV. That's the advanced UAV is definitely helpful there. What does he do? Right into his next fight. How many of you guys stop to loot these enemies here? Right? How many of you guys just loot? That's all you do. You make sure you loot this guy. You make sure you loot this guy inside here. And you loot the one in the corner. Specialist and go. Specialist and go. Straight ahead. Dead. Reload. 1. And he goes. And he immediately challenged. Doesn't even thirst that, or doesn't even loot that last kill because he doesn't need anything. He's got plenty of ammo. He's got durable. He's got plates. He has everything that he needs. Good strafing, a little bit of a drop shot there to take less damage, and he's gonna go ahead and finesse. This is the one spot where he actually did make a crazy play. Just using smokes to his advantage. Obviously pushes back to his teammate here. Replate. He actually only got 1 plate in there. Thirsted. Inside. Another one bottom. Quick reload. Get back into the smoke so this guy doesn't get aim assist. Gets the live ping with the combat scout. Still enemies up top here. You know, and he's just always working his way towards that next fight. But it starts with the execution, right? It starts with the clean kill and keeping these enemies separated. I know a lot of you guys are going to say, Joe, nobody stacked in this lobby, but he didn't give them an opportunity to stack, right? A lot of you guys, enemies stack, and if you did make it this far, I appreciate it. Enemies stack for 3 reasons. Number one is you're not acting on information and you're just wandering, which means you run into a full team and they are very close together and you never have the chance to approach that fight. Number 2 is going to be because, hold on, he gets 1 more kill here and he's going to push down below. Number 1 is you are just wandering. Number 2 is going to be lack of execution, right? You don't execute and you give them the chance to stack because as soon as the team dies or as soon as the team gets shot, what happens? They say that they got shot and they bunch up together. And number 3, I forget what number 3 is. I forget what number 3 is. But they're going to go ahead and just kind of clean up this right here. Enemies across, you know, obviously down below here. They're going to finish this game pretty quick. Good shots right there.
Go for this full right here and leave that kid up.
Yep, people to the left side here, and I'm just going to go ahead and push this forward. We'll do a little bit of a shorter video today. He's trying to drop his cash here to get more buybacks. You're going to see him finesse right here. 43 kills. I think Noobs is going to go ahead and get the last one. 65 as a squad in a lobby that wasn't even that healthy right there. Actually, he picks up number 44 with the live ping right here. The guy does not end up buying back. So, guys, I hope you found today's video helpful. Work on your execution in Purgatory, aim and movement, and then always work towards your next fight. Don't give teams the opportunity to stack. As I always say, let's get better today, and I will see you tomorrow.